Welcome back to Lawyers and Libations with Sarah and Rebecca, episode 39.
Hello. Happy to be back. Happy to see you.
Whew. Well, you have been missing in action. You abandoned me in the United States and left for the UK and didn't really look back, and I feel highly offended by it. And you also did not take me. So where have you been and what have you been doing?
Well, so Ryan and I were in Europe. His cousin, Anna Hallberg, who was a super cool producer out in LA and much cooler than all of us, chose to get married out in Somerset, England. So like 2 hours outside
beautiful.
of London. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was so nice. So we did. So Ryan and I had never been to Europe together, and obviously I'm a very newbie to the whole Europe scene.
I love it.
Last
I love
year.
it.
Now I'm obsessed. So we did Paris for 3 nights, London for 2, then went out to the wedding out at the Soho House in Frome, England, which
Sounds
was
fucking terrible.
Absurd.
You guys also looked ugly. I just want to go ahead and say that in your pictures. You guys looked so fucking stunning, and Ryan in like his, I don't fucking know, like some sort of English like plaid, almost houndstoothy type jacket. He looked like he had a British accent. He was holding like an umbrella in one of the pictures, and I thought it was a cane. Like I was like ready for him to start singing Fiddler on the Roof or something.
I mean, he does lean British, like certainly in his like dress generally.
And like his blonde hair and kind of paler demeanor. Yeah.
And he loves an assignment, so they dealt us to dress countryside cocktail.
Okay.
For the first night. The second night was countryside semi-formal, I don't know, whatever. So Ryan, taking that assignment, went to one of the men's stores in town and was like, this is what I'm supposed to dress like. So they pulled out all of these different beautiful plaids, and he ended up with the tie with the foxes on it. And then to match that, I went with the orangey copper dress.
Yeah, so, well, you looked fucking stunning. Like one of the prettiest things that I've ever seen you wear, and you looked absolutely beautiful.
You got to bring your A game when it's all these like LA producers and talent.
So I am still a little bit offended because you said you were going to bring me as your throuple date because I am in fact single. And what if was Pedro Pascal there?
Nope.
Okay, well then I'm no longer offended.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
But I texted you because we went back to London after her hysterical, awful expedition with our rental car. I'll never rent another car in Europe again. But long story short, we did eventually make it back to London, and then we went to the West Ham.
This is after you called me and you were on the side of the road with a flat tire.
Yeah. Yep. So we ended up being there for 6 more hours, and then
almost missed Hamilton.
Yep, we did miss Hamilton.
No, you didn't.
And our reservation.
Motherfuck.
Had to rent another rental car to go back to make sure the rental car hadn't been stolen because the guy never picked it up like he was supposed to, and they told us it was our responsibility for the very fancy Mercedes wagon sitting on the side of the road.
Tell them to go fuck themselves?
We were still fighting with them yesterday regarding the status of the car.
No, did you book it through Amex?
Ryan did. Amex and through budget. And so we were thinking because it was an American
budget
company.
all the time. Yeah.
So hopefully it's going to work out. We did buy the special insurance because we were about to check out. She goes, well, if anything happens, you're responsible for the full value of the brand new car we've just given you to drive. And I was like...
Also false. That's also fucking false because it's like, through Amex.
No, I know, but and that's what Ryan and I said the same thing. As we got the additional insurance, it was only an extra $100. But thank God, because he wiped out a couple of trees and some fences, and then the tire exploded. And then, long story short, we ended up leaving the vehicle.
Wait a minute. These are all new things that I did not know had happened on this thing. Because what I heard was you had a flat tire on the side of the road. I have not heard anything about trees and fences being wiped out. That because the tire exploded or because Ryan crashed the car and ended up with a flat tire?
He didn't crash it. He definitely, I think, becoming used to driving on the wrong side of the road while sitting on the right side was not his strong suit. But so you will appreciate. So I kept, and I'm normally, because I ride with you, I ride with a lot of pretty aggressive drivers. So
I also drive on the other side of the road every time I fucking go to Europe. All the fucking time.
Well, I think his spatial reasoning or whatever was off. And so I kept being like, oh my God, you're about to hit. And he goes, stop doing that. And I go, okay. And so we stop and we have a glass of wine so we can all calm down and collect ourselves. And I do say, hey, it seems like it's getting on your nerves when I tell you that you're about to hit something.
That you're going to crash.
Do you want me to tell you? And he goes, just stop. It's making it worse. And I go, okay. So as we're pulling up to the Soho House, there's only like a really narrow road on the way in, and their cars start coming at us, and you can like pull off to the right, but they keep coming, and he's like, screw it, I'm just going to keep going. And there's this like little wooden fence, and he's just wiping out the fence. It's like the whole way down.
No way.
It was hysterical. And so we got there.
In front of like wedding guests?
Oh, yeah. Well, they may have been people, just members leaving. But so when he finally parks, I go, you told me not to tell you.
How'd that go?
It didn't go very well.
Yeah.
So we're not renting cars again in Europe. Anyway, so we're back.
Okay, well,
We're
you
happy to
can
be
ride
here.
with me in Europe because I drive on the other side all the time and I've never crashed into anything. There's a trick to driving in Europe, and that is, number one, well, I always get the one that's a stick shift, right? Because I like the actual added fun of shifting with your left hand while being on the passenger side while driving on the opposite side of the road.
Just add more
because it
stress.
just
Why
like
not?
it. Well, I feel like it's an academic exercise at that point. And so, but the rule is you've got to look at the yellow line. You stay closest to the yellow line. You know where that is. It's in between, and that way it keeps you from being over there. You focus on what's closest to you, which is that line, so you don't go into the other lane or take out cattle or fucking fences and trees and bushes. You did not tell me that part, though. You just said we were on the side of the road with a
He was
flat
sitting beside
tire.
me. I knew he'd get really irritated if I started busting his chops on his driving while we were sitting there after he hit the curb.
Took out fucking everything. That's fucking hysterical. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Now we're here. We're back.
You're back, but you had an amazing time and you looked fucking stunning. And I'm so glad you guys went. And now we'll go with our kids.
Yeah.
We'll do a law partner thing where we can write it off
Perfect.
and bring the babies. George may have to stay because we
Oh,
got to
he'll love
take
it,
the
though.
13-year-olds. We got to take them.
He acts 13-ish now. He might be able to hang.
As long as he doesn't call me fat, because then I'll have to leave him on the side of the
He
road.
did tell me I was ugly last night
I'll
because I
fucking
went to buy
punch
him a
him in the
watch.
nuts. I swear to God. We're done with that. So, fucking George. I do love that kid, though. And he is a little bastard, like my little 9-pound dog. Did you hear, in fact, that they have found the cause of autism and it's Tylenol?
Thank God somebody finally figured that out.
It has taken them a really long time, and thank God we have such great people in our government to do this for us. Like the guy who did heroin to get his grades up, who got a worm in his brain and then decapitated the head of a whale carcass just for fucking shits and giggles. But thank God he, in his lovely paternalistic and extraordinarily misogynistic way, decided to tell us, all of the women, that the one thing that actually is safe for us to take while pregnant to help with, I don't know, fevers or aches and pains and anything like that, is now the cause of autism.
It's wild. I'm curious to see what happens, but it does seem like all of the pediatric societies and all the doctors
Have said
having
you're
a meeting.
fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
my recommendation to our listeners would be to talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
You should not get your advice from a
Fucking
non-doctor.
moron. Yeah, that would be rule number one. But also, you know, you have all of these studies that have been done in, I don't know, other highly extraordinarily educated countries like Norway and Sweden and France and all these things that have done like studies of like 22 million women and found no correlation, no link whatsoever, not to mention the fact that the first diagnosed cases of autism were done before the creation and trademark of Tylenol. So fuck all the way off. Like,
It's crazy.
It's so outrageous, but you know, it's just one more way to for just some more brilliant white males to just tell the women what to do with their bodies. Couldn't love it more.
Well,
We're
there's one
thrilled.
particular.
Fucking
Yeah,
idiots.
I'm curious to see how this kind of plays out over the next few weeks with scientists.
Telling them that they're fucking nuts. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't worry about those fucking vaccines. It's not a big deal.
You know we had to get that in there. I
Yeah.
thought that was very interesting.
Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and get the vaccines in. We're going to forget about those so we can bring back polio and the iron lung and measles.
You know, measles is up in Georgia.
You know, oddly enough, I am shocked by that. Absolutely shocked. Do you know that it costs, they were working on something like $300,000 in state funds per measles case. It was something fucking extraordinary. I think it was $300,000 because to contact trace each person was something like $32,000. So if you go to a fucking baseball game and you're positive for fucking measles, do you know how much it's going to cost the state? Anyway, so by all means, let's just get our advice from some fucking drug addict, worm brain filled fucking morons.
Allegedly.
No, those are all true. All actually fucking true. That's not alleged. Whew, anyway, it was just more ways to fucking guilt moms, right? Because you know some poor moms are out there being like, oh my God, I took
it's my
Tylenol.
fault.
Everyone fucking took Tylenol. Take a deep breath. It's not your fucking
so
fault.
frustrating. As if moms
Don't
didn't
have enough.
Well, speaking of moms, we have a super cool mom lawyer that is our guest today.
I love that.
Her name is Sabrina Gillani. She's amazing. She recently started her own firm. She's brilliant. She works hard. She was at a big firm and came and started her own firm, which, you know, we always love that kind of vibe with women. So I'm super excited. She's going to come on and talk to us about some personal injury cases and her favorite type of case, dog bite cases.
Not the dog bite.
So excited.
Anyway, we are very excited to have her, so we will be right back.
Well, we are so excited to have Sabrina join us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
I'm excited to be here.
And today you brought us mimosas.
Yes. So
I like mimosas.
Rebecca told me to bring a cocktail, and I was like, well, it is middle of the day, so my favorite middle of the day drinking
Whiskey.
is mimosas.
I'm like, whiskey.
So I thought, well, why stop at cocktails? Let's just get all the favorite things out here.
Yes.
So I brought you guys my favorite flowers, my favorite snacks,
Oh
which
my
are
God,
sweet
those
plantain
look
chips.
good.
Love those.
Some chocolates I really like, and I don't know if you guys have had these fig and olive
They're so
crackers
good.
with the goat cheese. Oh
my God, I love that. You are amazing. You
I
might be the best
thought-
guest ever.
Cheers to Sabrina.
I've never gotten snacks. I mean,
And
I like all the booze.
You're in a spicy mood. These Thai lime and chili cashews are
Oh, I want those.
very, very good.
God, you're lovely.
Yay, Sabrina.
You
And
are
then,
a mom.
Of course, self-care totally needed. So I got you guys
I
the
love
watermelon
some
face
self-care.
mask.
I need
So-
all the face
Here you go.
help these
Same
days.
You
stuff
Oh my gosh,
here.
goodie
are a
bags.
love bug.
So are these stargazing lilies?
They are oriental lilies.
They are
and
beautiful.
In like a week, they'll open up and
Are they really
smell
fragrant
so
ones?
Good.
God, I love that. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
And
I really needed the face cream. I had a dream last night that my face was like melting. And I was looking in the mirror and it was, no, I was not on like acid or anything, but like it was all like wrinkled and I was like putting stuff on. I was like, God damn, I am fucking getting old. I think it's because I waited too long for my Botox. And so it's like basically gone out of my face right now. Thank God I have one
I
tomorrow.
thought you were getting Botox this morning.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? I did, yeah, no, tomorrow. God. I'm like, tomorrow, please. I think it's tomorrow. Yeah, anyway.
I feel like it's the little things in life when you're a mom
Yes,
that just
God.
keep you going.
Yeah, it is. And I apparently need something so my wrinkles don't melt down my face. 'Cause apparently that's coming down the pike. I didn't know it.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
If you want to add some
Thank
berries.
you.
Absolutely. We can get
Spruce
some
it up.
vitamins in
You
here.
are lovely. All right, let me hand that to
It's
you.
basically
Thank
healthy if you think about
It
it.
is. No, great. We're
right?
getting some vitamins.
It
Here, I'll let
is.
everybody grab their own. So, Sarah, I was telling you the way that I met Sabrina was through our mutual friend Moses Kim. You know, we all love Fur Med Mal. And he introduced us 6 months ago, 9 months ago. We had coffee at, oh my gosh, I love that
It was
place.
in Sandy
Near my
Springs,
house.
maybe.
Yep. Oh, I can't remember the name. But anyway, I love Sabrina. We've had a few cases that are overlapping comp
Yes.
PI.
She has said lovely things about you. I just have not
Thank
met
you.
you yet, so I'm very
Yes.
excited that you're here.
Well, I've heard a lot about you too, and I'm super excited.
You did say that
cheers,
you
by
were
the way.
Cheers.
listening to the podcast with your kids in the car.
I know, that was a mistake.
That's a hard no, dog. Don't do that.
I didn't know initially when I
I'm so
started.
sorry. I'm always like, ooh.
Those are good.
You generally don't want to. You want to make sure there's no like
Yeah.
young kids in the car.
I'm
It's like 13 and
a
up.
law podcast. Maybe he'll learn something.
No, how old
You're
is
like,
that?
he will learn
word.
something.
Yeah, yeah. He goes, Mom, that bitch just said fuck a lot. And you're like, oh my God, turn it off. Anyway, sorry for that.
You'll appreciate it. So I'll have a potty mouth if I'm really mad. But so my kids prefer Sarah. So last night,
Only on certain things,
On
like
certain-
if they're feisty.
if they're feisty. So last night I picked my daughter up from soccer and she's fired up. And I was like, oh, I think maybe you should put yourself in her shoes, like maybe. And she goes, I don't even want to talk to you right now. Can you call Sarah? And I go, fine. So I call Sarah.
I'm at dinner.
She's like, Sarah. And she completely vents. Sarah talks her
She like,
through
yeah,
it.
she like lost her shit about some bitch on her soccer team. And I was like, did you tell her to go fuck herself? She goes, you know what? I did. I did tell her to go fuck herself. She goes, Mom, sorry, I didn't tell you that. But yeah, I did. And I go, good. I was like, don't tolerate that bullshit from anybody. I was like, if you need me to show up there, I will. And she was like, yes. Rebecca's
like,
dying laughing.
I don't know if I like this advice.
Yeah, I go, listen, it's kind of like, it's like when I mediate and I'll sit there and I'll be like, anything dealing with strategy or finances or any of those things that you all want to discuss about trial strategy, money you'll accept, you will get that from your attorney.
Right.
While I'm an attorney, I'm not here to give you that type of advice.
Exactly.
For her children, though, I'm like, listen, did you just stick their foot all the way up the fucking ass? Because that's what you do and we're going to do it. But I'm like, but you really should listen to your mom because she is your mom. And I'm just here to make you feel better and like empower you to feel the strong. And she's like, she was mad. Never heard Hayden so feisty in my life.
She felt so much better after she talked to you, though. So
See,
thank you.
You're welcome. I love that. Yeah.
Check it out. Instead
my
of me,
daughter will
like,
do it.
Yeah.
You know, but I also will shift gears sometimes. Like when my daughter gets like pissed, because she doesn't very often, like she'll be like, fuck that. And I'll go, okay, but you know what? How we're going to react? We're going to say congratulations, and then we're going to move on. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Yeah. So, like, I could drop it into a different level. It's just if it demands feistiness, and that girl was being a bitch, and she had to run a bunch. She was all kinds of mad.
She was so mad. She was mad.
I will kick it up into a different notch.
Sometimes it's needed.
It is.
Okay, I'm just going to get it out.
Have you heard of this new parenting style called FAFO?
Fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm. No, I've not heard about this new
I actually created that parenting. It's based on me.
You're welcome. You were talking about mom guilt earlier. Oh, yeah. Every time people talk about gentle parenting, a little piece of me dies inside.
Yeah, nobody has time for
that. No, none of us had gentle parents.
I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, it made us, our generation, who we are today.
Yes.
The non-gentle parent.
I could outrun, like the minute that I would hear, because I'm a Gen Xer. So like I'm 46.
Right.
So I remember like when I fucked around and found out, right? When I was like 6, 7 years old or something, and I'd hear my dad's like belt buckle jingle and I'd be like, catch me, motherfucker. I'm out. You know, I mean, like, and I would always outrun him and it'd be totally fine. My daughter, I will look at her and she knows it takes a lot for me to get mad. I'm pretty laid back about most things. I will give her multiple warnings. I will be like, you're this close, man. Like, don't do it. Like, I don't think it's a good idea if you do it. And I'll like be like, do you need a minute? You can go take a minute and we'll reset. And if she keeps fucking pushing, I'll go, you're this fucking close from fucking around and finding out. And not just like you're gonna lose your phone. I mean, you're gonna lose your fucking computer. You're gonna lose TV. You're gonna lose fucking, you're not gonna talk to any of your friends. You're gonna be grounded for a fucking month. Come at me, bro. 100%. And she'll go,
dignity.
Oh God, okay. I was like, are you done? And she'll be like, I'm done. You're okay.
Kids.
Now we'll restart. But yeah, I'm a huge believer of the fuck around and find out method. You get a lot of chances. But when you hit it, you're fucking done.
You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And you have, so tell us about you. You have two.
I have 2 little boys. They're 6 and 4.
Oh God! And they were listening to the podcast.
Well,
I'm sorry. I know. I'm saying I'm apologizing. I'm sorry.
I should have said a not safe for kids
ended
warning.
Very quickly, obviously.
Yeah, you were
like
like
5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, well,
Miss Sarah's fun. She's a little spicy.
Is awesome for me, not for you.
For me, not for you.
But you know, when you're like, oh, what are we going to listen to in the car? And I'm like, you know what? I want to listen to this. Maybe it's fine. It's like about law. Maybe they'll learn something.
I mean, it is. They learn a lot. A lot of things they shouldn't maybe.
Don't let them listen to the Valentine's episode.
Well, we are probably not going to listen to any together. Ever,
yeah, never,
ever. That's on my own time in the shower podcast.
Yeah. It will make you laugh.
I listen to mine too when I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
Before everybody's up. I normally listen to the daily every morning.
But the Valentine's Day one will make it's a bunch of women and it is as raw and open and hysterical as you bet. Definitely not safe for kids.
Very unfiltered.
No. So you've got 2 little ones, and you're running your own firm.
Yes.
Are you exhausted?
Constantly.
Right.
And I also feel like I could do so much more, and it's such a battle every day.
Every day.
But, you know, I have been practicing for like 13 years now, and it's so cool because when I started, I was doing like litigation, and, you know, I didn't have a family at that time. I was young.
That's the only real time you can do that type of stuff, where it's like, here's your fucking 80-hour work week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, you know, somehow I ended up in PI, and I think I mentioned to you guys my story, like my family is Pakistani. So, you know, my dad, he's the middle brother, and back in the 70s, you know, like low or middle class income families in third world countries, they would send like one sibling
To school.
a boy
Right, always.
to America. They would make money here and then send money back, and it would carry literally
The entire family.
entire family. And so my dad's older brother, you know, he was the oldest. He came here, he was working and was in a really bad wreck and ended up with a TBI.
Oh, no.
And my dad, who at the time was in his 20s, you know, didn't speak a lick of English, had to come here and, you know, take care of his brother and figure out how to make money and send it back, because that income was what ran their
Entire
household.
family.
Right.
Yeah.
So he ended up in America somehow. And, you know, my uncle went back and got treatment there, and it's much lower cost. And my dad ended up staying here. And while he was here, he met my mom, and like, here I am. And, you know, several ages later,
Right.
I'm helping people just like my uncle.
Right.
And, you know, it's really cool to see the full circle, because I see the impact that one injury has had on my entire family. My cousins, my uncle, his family, you know, my grandparents, everything. And I get to do the same thing now and be like holding hands for those same type of families.
Right.
And it's so fulfilling to be in those shoes that I just love what I do. And, you know, I started out at Foy's office back in the day in like 2016, and I was with him. When I left, I thought I was like leaving PI, and it was like such a hard decision. And somehow it just came back, and, you know, I was like, you know, I gotta start my own firm. And now we're like 1 year in, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
Like, I just love it so much that I can't, even when I try to do other stuff, I come back to this thing, you know? It's
Yeah.
something it's like my hobby, my passion. And it's so fun to see how you're able to help people go through this like really difficult time, you know?
Well, I would imagine, particularly seeing, even though, were you alive yet when that happened to your uncle? Probably not.
No,
because
my
your
parents
hadn't
met here. Like, I don't know if they would have met if my dad never came,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So,
Well, I think because you know that, and you probably then addressed your cases a little bit differently because of kind of the personal aspect, and
Yeah.
particularly dealing with clients, and so many of them, and from a workers' comp standpoint as well. You know, if you're not from this country, or if you've never been through a personal injury or a workers' comp claim or any type of case, you have no idea what your rights are, and you're
Right.
putting all of your trust in someone, in an attorney that might be good or they might be
Or
bad.
they might be
You don't
shitty.
know.
God knows how
You
many
have no
shitty
idea.
lawyers do
and
we
that's
know.
how we met, right? One of the clients the first client that we worked on together, and it was probably the case that kind of kicked me off into starting my own practice, was, you know, an immigrant, came here working and ended up on the job. They were in a box truck and got hit so bad, one person died. Our client was in the hospital for months.
And the dead person landed on top of him. I
Right,
think. It's
exactly.
awful.
It was horrible, horrible.
Jesus Christ.
He had one son and didn't speak any English either. And how we worked through that case, I mean, that case was, he couldn't work again. I mean, the condition.
Of course not. And the PTSD and everything that comes from that, you're
Yeah.
done. You're certainly not driving a box truck
Right.
anymore.
And
Well, and you won't be shocked. Workers' comp. No one at his employer told him about workers' comp.
No way.
Shockingly.
Shocking.
His Grady bill was through the roof. And I don't think he wouldn't, had you not known that there was a potential workers' comp
Right.
overlap, I don't think that there would have ever
And we had
been
to
that
go digging to
conversation.
find it too. Because
Well, yeah, because I'm wondering if they were they claiming like
They were saying he
independent
was an independent
contractor? Of course
contractor,
they
yeah.
were. But I bet you they had control over his time, method, and manner, didn't they? I bet they
Absolutely
did.
They did.
Shocker.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it changed his life, both the workers' comp case and the PI case. And I think a lot of people don't know that you can have both going on simultaneously.
And it's
you know?
so advantageous to the
PI side to have the comp claim because
Exactly.
comp pays for all of your medical treatment
Right.
and income benefits while you're out, but and then you don't have to pay all that back whenever you settle your PI case.
Yeah.
And so many people don't know that.
They don't know
and there's
that.
so many PI lawyers that don't look for the companion comp case in their stuff, and you're just screwing your clients left and right.
Exactly.
Well, and I think there's a misconception as well that if you file a workers' compensation claim, that you're doing something wrong to your employer. And so Sarah and I both do it for a lot of our PI friends. I'm like, at least if you think that it had anything to do with work,
Right.
at least let me talk to him for 30 minutes. I'm going to listen to the facts. I'm going to say, hey, this is, if you wanted to file it through workers' comp, this is what we can do. They don't have to, but they should at least know, particularly because workers' comp, it's an insurance policy that your employer has.
Exactly.
That's there in case you get hurt at work. So if that can pay for all of your medical treatment, then you can have your big case against the person that caused it.
Yeah.
But at least it's not even taking advantage. At least use the insurance that's available to you.
Well, and in this situation, the ER bill was like $1 million. And how would he have ever paid that?
No, he wouldn't. The hospital would have had to eventually written it off.
Right. I mean, the circumstances were unfortunate. The impact on his life was unfortunate. And we try to make sure that he got recovery through every avenue possible. And that's, how Rebecca and I came together.
Right.
And ultimately, now, like, we're constantly looking for those things in cases. And I think that's what's so fun about what we do, is that our ability to know things that a lay person wouldn't know is what ends up impacting them in the big picture, So it was really fun. I mean, I think as a whim, because of that case is kind of why I started my own firm.
Right.
And it's been a journey. Like, my kids are at the office.
There's nothing better. I remember
We have a kid room up there.
Yeah, we have a kid
On our
room
third
in
floor.
our
My
office.
kid's up there.
And it allows us to balance all of it. Now, we do joke and say, well, not even joke. We actually feel it fully 100%, but that, we're failing at everything, right? Like, you feel like you're failing at work. You feel like you're
Sarah
failing
yesterday
as a
to tell
mom.
her I was failing.
Yeah, she was like, and I was like, you're not fucking failing at anything, and then you're like, oh my God, did I malpractice? We're not malpracticing. But it's, it's the pressure that you put on yourself constantly.
Exactly.
But the ability, however, even while you feel that way, to be able to have your own law firm, as we do, and you do, and be able, if your kids are sick, they come to the office.
Yeah.
You can balance everything that, like, if you were working, at a big litigation firm doing 80 hours a week, like, you don't get that option.
Right.
You're
no way.
done.
Right.
You are stuck at the office and you are trying to scramble constantly to find childcare if your kid gets sick or if they get hurt or whatever. I mean, it's awful. So I think that women starting their own law firms is like the biggest benefit you can have as a female lawyer mom.
Absolutely.
You can keep doing it. And I don't feel bad. Like, if I call Sarah or she calls me and she's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm working. I'm at my desk. I haven't showered in 5 days. I'm just, trying to.
We do that. Yeah.
It's so, if it was my 65-year-old first boss that I worked for and he called me and was being like, I haven't seen you in 5 days, what are you doing? And I'd be like, well, I'm still working from home, but I haven't had a chance to shower. My kids are all sick.
Yeah,
you'd be like,
have,
you're fired, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas, like, and honestly,
We
work all
don't
the
have
time.
that at all. We don't put on our out of offices when we travel.
I did
We,
last week.
Well, you were at a fucking wedding.
I
That's
know.
fine.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd put it on. When I went to go fill it out, it was the first time I'd done it in a year. And I was like, I don't feel that bad if I just turn it on
I think it's
once a
amazing,
year.
and I'm glad that you did. But generally
Normally I
speaking,
don't.
you do not. I don't. And
mediate on vacation all the
Yeah,
time.
and when we have, and Carrie works from home probably 4 out of 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Our staff works from their homes because we've got one that lives in Mexico that she does PI. Her parents got sick. She was here with us, and then she was like, I've got to move back to Mexico. I'm like, fuck it, go move back to Mexico. Absolutely, no worries.
Right.
Go do it.
We're like, we'll try it, and it
Yeah,
worked.
we've got Carrie's paralegal who's got a new baby, who's like 2. Like, she works from home with help from her mom. She kills it.
Yeah.
Carrie has 2 kids that are 4 and 6.
Around the same as yours.
Around,
yep.
yeah, little girls, little redheaded firecrackers. They're so cute. We've got Angie in our office, who's our office manager. She's got like a 2-year-old. Her mom helps.
Rebecca's got 3 kids. I've got 1 kid and an au pair. You know what I mean? Like, we are all, Suzanne's kids are grown now, but she lives in Florida because she wanted to move down to fucking Florida. I'm like, go to Florida. Everybody in our office works their asses off and absolutely fucking kills it. But everybody does it on their own time. There is not 1 ounce of anybody looking around going, why aren't they here? What are they doing right now? Or why are they at a lunch? Or why are they, we're like, everybody gets all their shit done. Nobody needs to check on anybody. And I think that if you work also for like a primarily like male run law firm, right? Like my dad's 82. He's a former lawyer. He's constantly fucking saying things to me like, don't you think you should be at your office more? Do you really think that you need to go on that trip? And I go, how about you go fuck yourself, number 1. Number 2, you didn't ever own your own law firm. And number 3, welcome to the fucking World Wide Web, okay? Because we can work anywhere. I'm like, I lived in Europe for a summer. I lived in Europe for basically a summer when I was over there with Adeline. I mediated cases for Bay while I was in Scotland. I mean, like, my out of office was never on.
As long as you have functioning Wi-Fi, you can do anything, a lot of our jobs anywhere. And you can fly, like, so Ryan and I've talked, he's got a family lake house up in northern Wisconsin. And so ultimately one day we'd love to own it outright and just live up there for the summer. And I'm like, and I could do almost everything. And if I needed to try a case, I could just fly back home and try a case and go back to the lake.
I mean, when we're looking at like the digital nomad stuff, don't think I haven't spent fucking 150 hours fucking researching how to get the fuck out of Gilead, which is what this shit's turning into. I'm like, bye, I'm out. But I'm like, every like 5 weeks, I'll come home for a week if that needs to do. And I can do everything abroad if I need to and come back. Obviously, I'm not doing that yet. But it's an option that we have because we own our own law firms. Well, it's huge.
And I think COVID really changed the world where like everyone had to kind of figure out how to work without being in the office.
That's what I explained to my dad. He did not understand that because he's fucking 82.
And something about motherhood just makes you so efficient. Like, I think it just rewires your whole brain to like be efficient.
Efficient as fuck. You don't have time to like hem and haw and screw around or be like, you like make a decision and move on. Go to the next thing.
I got my paralegal, so I've been traveling. I got my paralegal on the phone yesterday and we started at the top of the file list. And we go down. I was like, all right, what needs to happen? We're both shooting out emails, doing everything. We got through most of my stuff in about 4 hours. I've got calls scheduled for the rest of the week. And it was, I mean, I thought I was coming home to a complete disaster, and I really didn't.
But because of course she wasn't, because also, like, if you're not there, Suzanne is still, like, so moving your stuff. She's phenomenal. Myra is moving the PI cases. So it's like, as long as you don't have a fire burning your shit down, like a trial, or you've got, like, some client that's fucking nuts, you know, I mean, like, you can go and live your life and do the things and be at the volleyball games and soccer games and baseball games and football games and everything.
100%.
Right? And be successful at both. Now, you are probably going to feel like you're failing at all of it. But in reality, you're not. You're thriving at all of it.
In reality, we're lucky because we get to do it all.
And I think it's so nice because we have built that team and support staff for ourselves where if we're stepping back, they're stepping in. Or if they're stepping back, we can step in. I mean, I have forgotten parent-teacher conference. And my reminder. And I have grabbed my back running out of the office, screaming.
I'm always late for those. I'm always like, sorry, I was at the office, Hot Mess Express, here I am.
I'm coming!
Where I'm like all disheveled walking into school, sweating.
Adeline's school, like, staff just dies laughing whenever they see me coming because I'm like, I'm coming, here I come, move out of the way.
I'm doing my best.
Well, the worst is when they're like, so you didn't read the newsletter? And I'm like,
go fuck yourself.
Which newsletter?
There's so many. I'm like, I already get emails from my clients, attorneys, and then all of my kids are in different schools, so I get the volumes of newsletters I get. I can't even like.
I don't know how you.
I'm like, can all of y'all just?
I'm not doing.
Maybe I'm sure I can get ChatGPT just to narrow it down just to one and to give me the highlights. I should do that. I'm going to ask it tonight.
Give me the summaries.
See, that sounds good. Yeah, no, I've done, and I try to sit there and go through like you know, the calendar, and I put it all on the calendar. Like, I'll look at it, get like the weekly warrior thing for Adeline's school, and I'll go through and I'll be like, okay, we've got this, we've got a volleyball game and practices and another game, and then it's like soccer and then goalie training, then private goalie training, and now we're gonna get into math tutors. And I'm like, I only have one kid, I'm fucking losing my shit.
She does it with 3. You do it with 2. It's exhausting.
I don't know. Just smile big and act like it's going to be fine. I don't know. It's fine.
And then her kids call me to just let me cuss with them, and then they're like,
like,
okay,
it's gonna be fine.
Everything's great. And I'm like, did you tell that fucking bitch? And they're like, yeah, I did. I got her. I'm like, yes.
So tell us about your firm.
Yeah, so I started a year ago, like probably about May 2024. So we're like a year and some change.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
to
Almost
that.
out of the red.
Yes. Girl, it takes some time.
It's been really fun. Our, practice is a little diverse. I'm barred in Alabama, so I also take on Alabama cases, which laws are totally different.
Totally different.
But, it makes me really appreciate Georgia law sometimes, even though we're going through tort reform and everything.
Even though the governor just tanked our asses.
But, it's always been that way in Alabama to some degree, and they have weird rules like the guest passenger statute and stuff like that, where, recovery is barred if you're a passenger in the at-fault vehicle.
What?
And I'm like, that's so antiquated. Can we get with the times?
That's fucking crazy.
I know. There are exceptions to all the rules. And
Does
all
that apply to Ubers?
No, so that's
too?
one of the exceptions.
Okay.
If you pay for the ride, if there's consideration,
Then you're not a passenger.
Yeah.
Dude, I would pay all my friends. Some of my friends are really bad drivers. You know me, I don't ride with many people at all. And I would just be like, here's $5. You're a good driver. You are, 100%. And you have when I've been drugged on propofol.
No, one time. I drove her.
Ta-da! I'm like, yes, okay. So go on.
So yeah, I mean, it's been really fun. I think the clients are our biggest asset, right? Like those relationships turn into more clients and turn into
They're
referrals.
phenomenal referral sources.
And I'm almost like, I hope I can keep your trust because I'm a new firm, so I'm kind of proving myself now, But our staff is wonderful. We've got really great people on our team, and
what are you specializing in?
So we do PI in general.
Okay.
We do motor vehicle accidents, dog bites, negligent security, premise cases. I mean, basically, I try to take it back to like the brass tacks of what is negligence. You know, if there's duty, breach, causation, damages, I'm pretty interested.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take it. That sounds good.
Mainly damages. That's why people are always like,
damages.
They're like, oh, I had all this stuff happen to me. And I'm like,
were
what are
you
your damages?
actually hurt?
Is there anything going on? Did you go to the doctor? Nope.
No. My feelings are very hurt. Oh.
Well, nobody cares about your feelings.
But you do enjoy doing dog bite cases.
I love dog bite cases. So, one thing that I think is so fun is the investigation portion of a case, right?
Oh, I can imagine.
And so dog bite cases, you get to do that, right? You get to go digging, send spoliation letters, get ring camera footage, whatever.
Right.
I've gotten footage. My husband does commercial real estate, and
so does Rebecca's.
Yeah,
so that's why I need to do a double day. We've talked about this. Yeah.
So, we have gas stations, like not just my husband, but like my uncles, my parents. We have gas stations. Like
my dad owns gas stations.
Spoliation letters to the gas stations, and my husband calls and he's like, "Why are you sending our uncle
a spoliation letter?" Well,
like, what is this?
Because I need to know.
And I was like, "Oh, do you have camera footage from this date at this time?" And he's like, "Well, let me ask and I'll get back to you." And I got the camera footage.
You're like, that's actually my gas station.
And then like it'll happen with like, family friends. They'll be like, "Hey, I got a letter from y'all."
From you? Why are you going after? It seems threatening.
I just want the footage.
So I wonder, and you kind of mentioned this a second ago, I can't remember if it was in a criminal case or a PI case, but somebody was asking for ring footage from neighbors' cameras for something. And so they'd sent one to everybody.
Right.
And we're like, we want everybody's ring cam footage.
I do some like really crazy stuff. So one of the best methods for finding insurance on a dog bite case, most homes have a mortgage, okay? Right. I will go and find their security deed on the clerk's website. I'll send the bank a letter.
Ooh.
I'm like, because you have to put them
Right. It
as
has
an
to be
additional
insured.
insured.
Yeah, for sure.
So they know what the insurance is.
Mm-hmm.
Like 9 out of 10 times they know who
You'll
the
get it that way.
is.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes I get it that way.
That's sneaky.
Because to some people, and I guess you have to do that because you reach out and they're like, they just won't tell you who
respond.
their
Yeah,
insurance
like,
provider is.
I'll send a letter to the property owner, they won't respond. I'm like, you know who's going to respond?
Your bank.
mortgager.
Watch this.
Yeah. So, like, I'll try to find ways to, like...
Sneaky!
That's what they get for hiding, huh?
I mean, just respond.
Yeah.
It'll be easier if you do. But if you don't, it's okay, because we're going to keep digging. I feel like sometimes the investigation part is so fun. Like, you know, when we were kids and we would watch all those, like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? And you know, Scooby-Doos and all that. Like, the investigating is the journey of
fun part.
learning.
Yeah, you'll be like, got him.
Yeah.
There's nothing better.
I mean, that's like where I like have fun, you know? I'm like stalking people on Facebook. Like I'm finding pictures of the dog and like I'm doing all the things.
You know what's crazy about social media, and we run into it, how much people put on there?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, I had a client just tanked the hell out of her case last week.
Fucking assholes.
They do that.
I lose my mind when they do that.
do
They're
that.
like, my back, I just had surgery. And then they're doing like the limbo on a cruise. I'm like, stop doing that.
They're
like,
playing
don't post
golf.
it.
Yeah, I have had the same problems on our cases, but you know, you'd be surprised, like dog owners, they're like...
They love their dogs for the most part.
They love their dogs.
Yeah.
They're all over their Instagrams and doing all the things. And,
all the things.
you know? And you know, the thing is, Alabama is strict liability. So if, you know, something happens in Alabama, I mean, like 50% of dog bite cases involve children.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, tender years doctrine, I mean, they can't really contribute to the negligence at a certain age. So really all the negligence, if you can prove breach of duty, you're pretty much there if there's damages. And dog bites are fun because, you know, if it's, damages are pretty obvious. Like,
for sure.
you know, you can see them, and especially on a case that's pretty decent, you can see what the damages are.
Absolutely.
There's scars, permanent injury. I mean, I had a girl whose lip got bit.
Just ripped off.
Yeah. One kid whose hand got bit and he lost function in his pinky on his dominant hand. So, I mean, just imagine not having use of a finger on your dominant hand.
No, that's huge.
You know, so,
like as a little kid, and then that's a lifetime
and 50%
injury.
of claimants, like 50% are children. So you're really like, they're not provoking those dogs a lot of the time, or they're not doing it intentionally with knowledge.
Yeah.
So
I would say intentionally with knowledge. We had our friends, so some of our best friends, and Josh and Crescendo with Brenna, who's my daughter's best friend since they were like 18 months. Brenna's got a little brother who's like 2 years younger. And so we got Maxie, which is, you know, the little bastard that I was telling you about before we started. I mean, he's a 9-pound little terrier, right? And he's just little. He was a rescue dog. And I'm pretty fucking sure that a bunch of little boys like terrorized him, like in the street, like he's a street rat, right? Mm-hmm. And so Josh, the dad, you know, they were over and stuff, and we had Maxie, and Maxie had like a tiny little like chew toy. And Kian kept getting in his face, and he kept trying, like he was like down on all fours, like with Maxie. Maxie's 9 pounds, right? I mean, he's like this far off the floor, and he's like down like this, and he's just fucking with him constantly. And Josh is like, I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that, man. I don't think that's a good idea. Fucking finally, Max was like, fuck you. Fucking took a little chomp at him, like right here. Didn't break the skin, didn't fucking do anything because he's got, I don't know, teeth that are this big.
They're just little nubs.
Yeah, he looks like he's like a Chihuahua. I mean, he's not a Chihuahua, he's a terrier, but I mean, he's got like nubble, like Chihuahua teeth, right? He's not going to do anything. Anyway, and Kian, horrified, crying hysterically, and Josh goes, "It's the fucking you get for the fucking you got, man. I don't really know what to tell you." And I was like, that's a good dad response, because I was like, oh my God. And he was like, no. He fucked with them and he found out. That's exactly what was going to happen. I know. But it's difficult when you have big dogs because, I mean, like I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina. I have broken out probably 50 dog fights in my life. You know, I mean, like, and big, you know, like big dogs, like whether it be a lab or a hound or, you know, a pit bull, whatever the hell it may be, like big dog fights. And I'm like, fuck this. And you just come running full fucking speed and you drop kick them smack in the middle to stop.
For pit bulls, only say to punch them.
You punch
right
them in the
butt.
asshole.
Yeah.
And their mouth opens.
Supposedly.
That's actually true. It's nuts.
I told my kids that. It's like, just in case
yeah,
you're
no,
in
you
text,
punch them right in the
butt.
asshole and their mouth opens. That's the only thing to get it to unlock anyway. So there's some Appalachian shit. But it's, you know, like dogs can be very aggressive. We've got friends who have had like really, really traumatic dog bite injuries that are unprovoked and awful. And then it's like, what do you, I just couldn't even imagine what you do.
The thing is that, see, a lot of those injuries can be pretty severe.
Yeah.
Like
ripping off
like face, hands. I had a lady who had like a chunk taken out of her
leg,
thigh. Yeah. So, you know, I think in that sense, like you're really advocating for that client. And
it's so traumatic because especially if they like love dogs, right?
Yeah.
Like you've grown up loving dogs your entire life.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden a dog like pins you down.
Yeah, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
But, you know, I will say that sometimes that breach isn't there.
Right.
And you'll find that a lot with like cases that involve adults where maybe the dog was provoked. But, you know, we get cases all the time with Amazon delivery drivers getting bit by, I'm pretty sure we had a case with like Shaquille O'Neal's dog once.
Was it a little tiny terrier or was it a big dog?
I think it was a big dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, we will not talk about Brutus Maximus, Aurelius Jones III, a.k.a. Maxie, who chased after the Amazon.
He means well. He means well.
Yeah.
So what is the, so for dog bites, because I think they are hard. It's not like they're slam dunks. So what creates the breach in a dog bite case?
Yeah, when you just said there's not all the time a breach, I was like, tell me what it is.
Yeah, like we've had cases where the dog was restrained and on a leash, but still bit somebody. So it's like the owner wasn't being irresponsible in that sense, but the dog was provoked by an adult, you know? And yeah, I mean, that's what dogs do, right? But now, you know, Georgia followed what's called a one bite rule, right? Where you get one free bite. But what the meaning of the one bite rule, like the theory behind it is that did you know that your dog had a propensity for being dangerous? So it really comes down to like the dog's propensity.
Dangerous or just a dick? Which one?
I would say dangerous.
Okay, I'm like, would 9 pounds be dangerous? He's just an asshole.
Yeah,
okay, keep going.
Dangerous. He can be an asshole.
I'm asking these for other people, obviously.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that
like, has the dog shown a violent tendency in the past towards children or adults unprovoked?
So one of our cases, when we, you know, I always tell people, like, if you're ever in a dog bite, please get an animal control report, because we can then go and see if there's history on that dog. And we've had dog bites where the dog has bitten before. So the owner knew there was a propensity and still failed to keep that dog restrained. And then, you know, other things, there's always, you should know in your locality what the ordinances are. If you're living in an apartment complex, what are the rules? Like what dogs are allowed and disallowed, you know? And so, you know, there's some breach that's obvious where you're clearly not following the ordinances or clearly not, it's same as like if you're driving a car and you get a citation for speeding, like you're clearly not following the rule. So you breach the duty of care. So I try to, like, when I'm reviewing a case, I always try to like take it down to like the basics of negligence, because if you start thinking like duty, breach, causation, damages, sometimes like the causation is missing. Like the dog didn't make you jump over the fence. You chose to jump over the fence. So you can try to argue but like, was there a different exit you could have gone?
Right.
Like, so, you know, if you can just meet those elements on a dog bite, it makes your case much stronger, you know? And if you just simplify it to that aspect, then it's like, okay, now can we find insurance? That's really where people...
That gets tricky,
you know?
And so is that typically homeowners insurance?
It's usually homeowners insurance, renters insurance. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but like cows are also insured. So if you get into a wreck with a cow in the middle of a road,
I've heard that.
I did not know
cows are insured.
I also want a cow.
How do you figure out who owns the cow?
It's a livestock.
Like whatever,
livestock,
okay.
Yeah, the farmer owns the cow, because, you know, I also do Alabama cases. So I have had people who are just driving and then boom, cow. Like
I've looked into it, a Highland cow, because I want one for my backyard.
So would you have to get specific insurance for the cow?
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, because what if it ended up getting out and like it's going down Osborne Road?
Cows, or are they big cows?
Well, no, I mean they're like the small, like the size of a miniature horse.
Chickens are insured.
My chickens were not insured.
They got slaughtered.
They definitely got eaten.
Now, one question I have on a dog bite case is, do you actually, because you mentioned the jumping over the fence, do you actually have to be bitten by a dog to have it count as a dog bite case, or can you
injure yourself while avoiding a dog?
If it's the reasonable person standard, if what your actions were reasonable for a person in that situation. Okay, so like, you know, jumping a fence, it could vary. Like, it really depends on circumstantial evidence. I mean, we try to advocate for our clients the best we can.
Yeah, you're going to make whatever argument you can at the time. But generally speaking, are there like if, I don't know, somebody like jumps over a car and breaks their arm?
Yeah, I mean, is it reasonable to jump over a car? Like, would you think you were going to make it over the car? Like, could you have gone around, you know?
Could you just kick the fucking dog?
Could you mitigate your damages?
I don't know. Kick the dog.
They're a little maxi. Kick them.
Just fucking punt it. Punt.
So as a dog owner, because I just love my very horribly behaved 2.5-year-old golden retriever. Like, what, as dog owners, what do we do to protect ourselves? To make sure that we don't end up on the other side of a dog bite case.
Make sure you're welcome. Like, if you're taking the dog out, like in the city or to a dog park, make sure you know what the local ordinances are and you're following. Like, sometimes I've even seen ordinances where they will tell you the minimum size of the leash. So, like,
oh God, I don't think we have that in Brookhaven.
I used to see those in South Carolina at the beach all the time. They'd be like 6 foot, like 6 foot.
6 foot.
So those retractable ones that go out like 20 feet, they're not down for that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you lose control.
Because then you're like, and you're trying to get it back and go. Yeah, I've actually
So if
done
you're
that.
like in a more populated space, maybe take a smaller leash or have more control over your pet.
Put a harness.
You know? Now, if your pet is just like, you know, the propensity.
Batshit crazy.
Yeah, just maybe don't take him out. Or like, make sure he's caged.
Give him a little inside piddle pad.
What's the little muzzle? Put the little muzzle thing on. Like,
the
I mean,
muzzle.
if you think your dog's gonna fucking bite, because I will tell you right now, I love all dogs, but if I see a dog with one of those fucking wire muzzles,
going near
I'm
him.
not going up to that dog.
No.
I'm okay.
That's
I'm
all
not
the
letting
warning
my
you
dog
need.
go up to that dog. We good. We're gonna stay far away.
I grew up with 2 dogs. They were giant, okay?
Yeah.
They were really friendly, no propensities, but so huge it was intimidating.
Yeah.
You know? So like when we were getting our deliveries from the door, we would literally put him in a room, close the room door, and then go get our deliveries, because God forbid I open that door and that guy goes running out. Like,
I do that with my 9-pound
That's smart.
dog.
I'll say we put Jack in the back. I can put.
I put
I'm like,
Blue
he doesn't come to
downstairs.
the
He's
front.
90 pounds.
Yeah.
And he loves everyone.
right.
Max will try and bite your ankles because he's a psychopath. Blue, who's 90 pounds,
he's
will
so handsome.
jump on you full-fledged with his paws up because he just wants to make out with your face, right? It's like, oh my God, you're clearly here for me. I can't wait. I love you so big. And I'm like, fuck.
Okay,
because
but let's
most
say-
people can't deal with that size dog
Right.
full speed on him. So
Let's
I
say
throw him
that-
downstairs.
Let's say that I come to your house
I will throw him downstairs.
and you open the door and Blue comes on me and jumps. I land back.
You
and
fall
hit
down
my
on the
head.
stairs, and you get a TBI.
Okay, now I'm going after you.
You should. I have a $2 million umbrella policy. umbrella policy, just
That's
in
why
case
she
for
has the
fucked up
umbrella.
things like that. I'm like, oh no. We will have all the policies,
Yeah, get
all
the
of it, just in
coverage.
case. Yeah, but it's also, I know this. So I put his fucking ass downstairs.
go,
I'm like,
yeah.
nobody is going to, not on
So
my
you-
watch, Satan.
You have to be reasonable and act accordingly. And also, like, we've had like pet owners who are just like negligent with their pets. Like, they're not up to date.
They're
on
like,
their
here he
shots.
comes, it's fine.
Their nails aren't trimmed. They obviously have not been to a vet. They're totally out of order. When that citation gets written, they're not even showing up for the citation hearings. I mean, so in that situation, I'm like, well, yeah, you kind of breached your duty to maintain your pet. Like,
Ew, yeah.
you know, like, you decided to have this pet. You let his nails grow out. He clawed our client viciously.
Who now has like a permanent
Yeah.
scar.
Oh.
Yeah.
All you had to do was friggin'
Just get your nails clipped and go to the damn vet.
I mean,
Gross.
if you have time to get your nails done, just get his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
dude,
that's
I would be
still
mad,
totally
man,
can.
if a dog. Yeah, I mean, also I would punt it, or punch it in the asshole.
of them
One
are
of the
not
two.
puntable.
Yeah,
Some
I'm
of
like
them are-
right in the asshole.
Jack and Blue are not puntable.
No, they're not. But again, that's the size.
You kick a dog that size in the rib cage at a full fucking sprint, I promise you, they stop whatever they're doing.
I need Jack, because Jack was good. He wasn't jumping, and now he's jumping again. Particularly, he's so excited because I'm back.
You put a knee
I
up.
did my knee right in his chest.
Right
He's
there.
like, ah.
I mean, like, again, I fucking love dogs. Dogs are like my favorite thing in the world. I've always had 2, sometimes 3 dogs at a time.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with them. But I fucking know how to, I mean, like, I will pin a dog down immediately and, like, fucking hold them on their side and be like, do you want to try and be the alpha
Jack
with
and I
me?
do that.
This
And
is
I
a
do
bad
eye
fucking
contact.
idea. I'm like, gook, we're not doing that.
But you know, also, I think a lot of people don't know how to control dogs.
They don't.
And
then they should have little tiny
caught off
chihuahuas.
guard,
Stop getting the big fucking dogs if you don't know how to control them.
Exactly.
Because then people are going to get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, if you take any case down to the basics and you can make the argument, it makes the case so much easier to work.
Right.
And I try to do it that way because, you know, even premise cases, you know, we'll get clients calling us for premise cases, and I'm like, well, where's the negligence? Like, where is the breach of duty?
I might have one to send to you, by the way.
Oh, please. I love
See, but I think that that's brilliant, right? Because I think that with so much noise, which I think a lot of our cases have so much noise all the time, it's the background noise, and you can get kind of lost in the weeds.
Right.
If you take it right down to the, you know, it's like, so I'm working with my daughter on like essay writing and stuff, 'cause she's like, fucking SSST bullshit coming up. And so I'm like, we're going to do IRAC, which we learn in law school. Issue, rule, application, conclusion.
Right.
And she's looking at me like I'm fucking nuts. But I'm like, if your head goes back to that every time, the same thing that you're talking about, you can drown out the noise and just focus your shit.
Well, and also the thing I notice is like when clients call you, they want to tell their story the way that they're seeing it, their perspective on it. And you're trying to sort through all the facts and fit it into your elements, right? And so sometimes the thing that I'm focused on is not what the client is focused on. And I think part of our job is bringing the client to understand
realistic expectations.
Right. And I think it's really hard to do that when you work in a volume practice because, you know, when I came from a big firm, we had a lot of cases. When you're doing it on a volume level, it's hard to spend that kind of quality time with every client to teach them to understand their case. Because you're just trying to, like, you know,
trying to move them.
You got to move them.
Get through every case.
It's a mill at that point. Yeah.
The cool thing now is that we get to actually spend the time. I mean, we don't work on billable hours. We work on contingency fees. So people underestimate the amount of costs that we hold on to as firms and lawyers in taking on a case.
Oh, right? Absolutely.
Especially cases that you don't know how they're going to pan out, if there's insurance or not. We're holding on to the cost, our overhead, everything involved with that case. And that's because we believe in the case. And so you have to figure out early on that will I be able to advocate?
Is it going to be a viable case?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then being able to tell them if it's not and why, I think is huge, right?
Without losing their trust.
100%. Because they don't want the letter that just says, hey, we're not taking your case. They want to know
where
they want to be educated and be like, hey, you may have a ton of damage, but we actually can't prove that there was negligence, and we're so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you can go talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
But what happened to you was terrible, but nobody did anything wrong.
I think the largest thing to do is absolutely set up client expectations.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so I mediate at Bay. I've done it now for 7 years, and I do primarily, I would say 95% PI mediations, and a lot of times defense attorneys request me because I'm like super efficient. I don't screw around. I'm going to take like 2 hours. I'm going to tell you if the shit can get resolved or not. But I mean, like a lot of these plaintiffs lawyers, they show up and they're like, we've got a $2 million demand. I go, well, that's weird. Your meds are $33,000.
Yeah.
Why in the fuck are you doing that? And P.S., if your client actually thinks they're going to get $2 million or $1 million or $500 or $250, you have fucked them over, and now you're not going to get the case settled, and you're going to have to go to a trial because you didn't set it up. And so, like, then I'll have to sit there and ask them. And a lot of times, thankfully, they say, yeah, sure, you can tell my client. Because I go, do you mind if I explain to your client what, generally speaking, a good win is on this type of, like, case, damages, all of that? And they'll go, no, go ahead. And I'll be like, thank fucking God.
Yeah.
You know, but still, they're not coming down fucking 10 times the meds.
Yeah.
you're not going to get it settled. Client expectations are going to be so much more difficult to manage if you start off like psychopathic.
It's unfortunate. I think that a lot of the clients that we deal with, they're going through such a hard time, right? They're fighting at the doctor's offices to be heard. They're fighting with the police department to have an accurate understanding of what happened. They
can't even get reports in time.
Yeah.
They can't find out where to get reports.
They're so used to being on the defense that sometimes they come to us on the defense as well. And we're like,
100%.
hey, we're on your side. You make money is the only way we make money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, our interests
the more money that we get for you, the more money we get paid
Our
too.
interests are very aligned.
They're very together.
And I think when like they're so used to having to advocate for themselves that they start doing it with you as well, I think that's where the communication gets lost. Like I will literally tell people like, look, I feel like you're on the defense. Come meet with me in person. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down. Let's really understand what the issue is that you're worried about. Because until we don't get on the same page, how are we able to like, if this case goes to litigation, how am I supposed to help if you don't trust me?
Right.
You know? So I think the step one, like before our firm starts spending money on the case, we're spending resources on the case, we really need to make sure that our clients are on our side and they're being honest with us. I mean, you know, sometimes the facts bite us. They do. And it's much better for you to let me know in advance.
Always, yes.
Right. Then we find out from defense counsel too far down the line.
I'll kill you, and I've already spent, $1,000 in fees on a case that I'm going to get my ass handed to me at trial. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when I started practicing law, I handled a divorce case for like a referral, like this is many, many, many years ago. Well, in Georgia, if you have marital relations with somebody you're filing for divorce against, they can dismiss that whole case.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so
reconciliation.
Client goes and has sex with his ex-wife in the middle of the case, right before the hearing.
Oh my God, stab.
Doesn't tell me.
Oh, thank you.
They show up the next day and they're like, oh, we're moving to dismiss the whole case. And I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, your client wasn't honest with you and didn't tell you that he slept with her last night?
So she entrapped him?
And you'd prepare, but you'd probably spend a lot of time preparing.
Oh my God,
and
I
all
was
the money.
so upset. I'm like, why wouldn't you tell me that so I could
tell you to keep your dick in your pants? Hello, that's what I would have said.
Like, it was goodbye sex.
Goodbye sex.
Maybe have goodbye sex with someone else.
Yeah, hello. Or do it after the divorce is finalized, you fucking moron. Thank you.
Now I got to start all over. I was so mad at it.
No, I would lose my mind.
I'm like, okay, and this was when I was like 24, 25 years old.
Oh, yeah, then you're going to get mad. You don't have tolerance yet for the really needy clients.
Yeah.
So when you were saying, I just want to touch back on it because I know we're getting ready to run out of time, but I wanted to say, so your uncle came over, got a TBI, your brother comes over to help him.
My dad.
Your dad, I'm sorry, his brother. So how many women in your family have risen to where you are in your law career?
Oh, so this is the craziest thing, right? I'm an 80s baby, right? The first person who went to college in my family completed college. My mom's a high school graduate.
Right.
Maybe not even. Don't tell her.
I'm not telling her.
Don't listen, Mom.
My dad didn't finish college. They came here.
So who instilled in you of the... because my mom was a single mom, right?
Yeah.
And her most important thing was she said, you will work your ass off and you will make sure you will not rely on any man for anything ever in your life, period. Right? So that was her experience. That was her teaching me to do that. So who has come on to you to say, go to fucking law school and kill it?
Listen, my parents are hustlers, okay?
Yeah.
They're the American dream. Okay?
I love that.
They came here.
Is your mom from Pakistan as well?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love
of all of this, which is like, wow, what is my life? But the irony of all of this is like where my parents are from in Pakistan is this town called Nizari. My husband's mom and my mom knew each other from there. They lived on the same street.
No way.
Our grandfathers used to do business together.
No way.
Yeah, so when...
How the hell did y'all meet?
Well, we grew up together here. And so we start dating and my mom's like, oh, well, who's his mom? And I'm like, oh, I show her a picture and she's like, oh, I know her.
She's like, it's Susan from down the street.
They're best friends.
No way.
Amazing.
They're best friends now. I literally sometimes...
That sounds like some weird soulmate shit. I'm just going to go
It is pretty weird soulmate shit.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't ever piss me off.
No, of course he should. Absolutely. They all do all the time.
Just perfect.
But where your parents were just like, yes, go to law school, go to college,
Yeah,
go
so,
do it and
me
kill
and my
it.
parents like fought, okay, because they didn't like. I had like my mom was like, anybody who comes from like a third world country is like, go be a doctor. Go be a doctor.
Yeah,
okay?
right now, be a doctor.
I'm like failing organic chemistry.
That's why I'm not a
what took me
trauma
out.
surgeon. That's what took me out too. I wanted to be a fucking
I was going to be a
surgeon.
plastic surgeon. It was organic chemistry at UNC.
Literally,
Done.
I
Here we are,
cannot.
all lawyers.
Thank God, now we're all liars.
So I'm like,
We would have been
listen,
really cute doctors, though.
God, we would have been so cute. We'd have been
could've
like Grey's
crushed it.
Anatomy, the three of us.
My sister is an ER physician now, so she made their dreams come true.
Oh, see, there you
I
go.
just, I came in and I was like, well, I think I'm going to go to law school
You're
instead.
like, I'm going to help people, guys.
And my parents were like, that's fucked up. And I was like,
That is
cool.
bullshit. You need to be a doctor. And you're like, I can't do math. I can't. My brain doesn't work that
Listen,
way.
I literally was like,
I can't.
science doesn't click, okay?
It's awful.
And so, when they tell you that Tylenol causes autism, I'm like, maybe, yeah.
You're like,
Maybe.
it could happen.
It could.
It can't. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Don't listen to
You
it.
got all far enough in organic chemistry to know that
That is
does
that
not
I'm still pissed
relate.
off that I wasn't chosen in the rapture. So, I mean,
Well, you know what's really fucked up? When somebody's pregnant and gets into an accident and literally cannot take anything else for
yeah,
the pain.
I'm
exactly.
dealing with one right now on a comp
Yes.
claim, and so she doesn't, understandably, want any imaging done.
Yeah.
And the insurance company is being hateful.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. You said they were like, well, we're not going to pick this up because she won't get imaging done. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
You have a child. I'm not going to get imaging done either.
Two claims, okay?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
my child
Watch
is a human
this.
now.
Yeah. Gear up for the heartbeat bill, baby. Welcome to Georgia.
You said it.
It's not my
Their
fault.
people.
I didn't do it. If I were pregnant, if I were 2 weeks pregnant, I would be in that fucking HOV lane faster than you could say
There
heartbeat.
may be a few comp claims coming down the.
I know
the
that.
pipe,
I
but,
can't wait. It's
my
coming
God.
in.
We're not handling, but
On your
I've
mark,
seen
get
some
set, go.
chatter.
I will handle one of those. Somebody send them to me.
Fetus, okay?
Yeah.
I'm all about this.
Yeah, bring it to me.
So, how do people find you?
Okay, so we are GillaniLaw.com. Our
Spell it.
number, GILLANI law.com.
Okay.
You can also go to Gillani.law because that's a new thing now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
we're not
heard
on
that.
.coms anymore.
Yeah, we're dot laws.
Yeah, we're dot laws.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You have a good Instagram account that I enjoy.
At Gillani Law PI. Which we did the insured animals versus uninsured animals. I don't know if you saw that post.
I have not seen it,
was
but I'm
fun.
going to go look it up now
We're
for
like,
sure.
don't hit a deer.
Yeah, don't
but
hit a deer,
cow.
but hit a cow. Go for the cow. Except for Sarah's Highland cow whenever she gets it.
Not that one.
Not yet.
Not that one.
Unless he's insured.
No, I don't want him to die.
I don't either, but
I mean, he would taste really good. After.
No, it's a fluffy Highland cow. You don't eat them. You let them run around their house.
Little beef tartare.
Snuggie. Maybe he'll get in my bed. I'm like, oh, that shit. I'm like, I'll have to give up ground beef.
We are trying to have a very easy phone number, 404-900-1500. So
Oh, that's good.
Please call us. We're 24/7. We have people who can help. And yeah, we take anything that has, duty breach, causation,
and
and
damages.
That's what this episode should be called.
It really should be.
like bringing
Duty,
us back
breach,
to old school.
causation, damages. It is a brilliant, again, it's such a phenomenal way to take out the extra noise. But I'm so glad that you joined us. Your story is fantastic and super inspirational. And congrats on being a mom and opening your own firm. There's nothing fucking better. It's really a lifesaver for women.
Well,
and we
and
are
I
very
hope-
strong advocates.
I hope we set examples for our kids so that you can do anything.
Exactly.
And for the boys, that
And
women
for the
can do
boys.
everything.
Women can
I
do
keep telling my boys all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we
we're
don't
just
need
as
it.
good. We're the same.
We got
Exactly.
well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you
you,
so
guys.
much for joining us.
you.
Thank you all for joining us for our episode of Lawyers and Libations. You can find us on Apple and Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. And we will see you soon. Hopefully you got some great information. Talk to you soon.
Cheers.